Hi, boys and girls. So this starts my math lesson. Today is Thursday, and we're going to review what we talked about money yesterday, and then I want to introduce something new. So yesterday we talked about three coins. We talked about the penny. The penny is the only one that's a different color. It's worth 1 cent. We talked about the nickel. The nickel is a bigger coin, and it has Thomas Jefferson on it, and a nickel is worth 5 cents. And the smallest coin in size is the dime. The dime is worth 10 cents. And remember also I talked about why we have these pink papers here. And I said yesterday that if you can count by fives and you can count by ones, then you can count money. In a nickel is worth 5 cents. So that's why you have just one. So if you had 2 nickels, you could have 2 of these and you would do 5, 10. So 2 nickels is worth 10. In a dime, you have 2 fives inside of a dime, 5, 10, because a dime is worth 10 cents. So again, we can put these up to help you count, and some children don't need to use that at all, but some people do. So let's review from yesterday, counting. So when you have money, you put it in order from greatest to least, and then you can start to count. So this is 10 plus 5 is 15. Plus 5 is 20, plus 1 is 21, plus 1 is 22. So this is 22, and remember your cent sign. The cent sign is a C with a line through it, okay? And if you want to do the barber shop with the fives, finding the fives, there's 2 fives and a dime. There's 1 and a nickel, 1 and a nickel. So if you cut it, so 5, 10, 15, 20, 21, 22. So again, 22 cents. And here's another example. Okay, so this would be 10. 10 plus 10 is 20. Plus 10 is 30. Plus 5 is 35. 40. 45 plus 1 is 46. So this is 46. And don't forget your cent sign. Okay, then if I did my barber shop, this has 2 fives in it. This has 2, 2, a nickel has 1, 1, and 1. And then you can cut it. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, plus 1 more is 46 cents. All right, so we left yesterday and I assigned you 3 pages. I'm just going to go over 1. So if you have this done, page 485, if you could take that out so we can see how you did. I'll give you a second to get it out. Okay, so I recognize these coins as 2 dimes and 2 nickels and a penny. And so I'm going to count on. So this would be 10. 10 plus 10 is 20. Plus 5 is 25. Plus 5 is 30, plus 1 is 31. And then again, I'll put my hair on if that's what you want to do for barbershop counting. A dime has 2 fives in it. A nickel has 1 and a nickel has 1. So we're going to count 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Plus 1 is, sorry, it's hard to write, is 31 cents. And they did the cent sign for you already. So you can either count it doing this way if you feel comfortable. If you're not quite there yet, put your hairs on it. So a dime has 2, a nickel has 1, a nickel has 1, and then you cut it counting by fives. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, plus 1 is 31. The penny is the easiest because you just count on by ones. The next one is 10 plus 10 is 20, plus 10 is 30. Plus 5 is 35, plus 5 is 40, plus 5 is, 45, plus 1 is 46. So this is 46. And again, I'll do it with the hair. A dime has 2, 2, 2, 1, 1, 1. I'm going to cut it and count by fives. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, plus 1 more is 46 cents. Okay, the next one is a dime. So I put 10, plus 5 is 15, plus 5 is 20. and then 21, 22, 23, 24, 24 cents. And then again, I will put hairs on it to show that other way for some students that like to do that. And then you cut it, 5, 10, 15, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 24 cents. And the final one I'm going to go over is number 6 at the bottom. So this is a dime is worth 10. This is a dime is worth 10. A nickel, 20. And this is 25, 30, 31, 32, 33 cents. And again, I'll do the barbershop method where I can put the hairs on. A dime has 2 5s and a nickel has 1. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 31, 32, 33. So your final answer is 33 cents. Okay? Okay, so if you're feeling good with this, make sure your parents give you a handful of real change, and I want you to identify the coins, put them in order from largest to smallest, and then see if you can add it up. And you can ask an older brother or sister to see how you're doing. All right, so now I'm going to move on to a harder coin, and that is the quarter. The quarter is worth 25 cents. It is the larger coin that we have. We do still have another larger coin, and that is called the $50. But remember, I told you, as old as I am, in my lifetime, I have probably received this in change maybe twice in my 52 years. So the quarter is the most common. If I go to a vending machine, I grab quarters. If I want to buy, a pack of gum at the store, I would probably grab 4 quarters. That would pay for it. The quarter has George Washington on the front, and on the back, you're either going to have the eagle or the more recent ones. On the back, you'll have 50 different backs because every state has a different one. And at school, I actually have a big board where Jack collected all 50 quarters from all 50 states, and it's really, really cool. So these are the quarters. A quarter has 5 nickels in it. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. So a quarter is worth 5 nickels. So the quarter is not as easy to count. Like with dimes, you can count by 10s, that's easy. Nickels, you can count by 5s. This is kindergarten stuff, counting those. But with a quarter, it's not as easy. So this song I teach, if you had 4 quarters, you would say 25, 50, 75, $1. So say that with me. 25, 50, 75, $1. So if you have 2 quarters, 25, 50, 50. If you have 3 quarters, you would say 25, 50, 75. So quarters, not as easy to count, but not horrible either. So I'm going to go to, and again, please don't tear out pages in your math book, just kind of keep them where they are. Turn to page 489. If you want to pause this to go to it, that's fine. 489. Okay. And I'm actually first going to work from a whiteboard. So let's say someone gives me some change, and I have a quarter and another quarter, and then I have a dime, a nickel, and a penny. And I want to find the total of that change. Notice how Mrs. Fraser put it in order. The highest value first, then the next highest, the next highest, the next highest. And we do just like we did with counting the dimes and nickels. So you're going to count and add up. So this would be 25, 50, because I did my song, 25, 50. 50 plus 10, well, that's an easy add. That's 60. 60 plus 5, I know, is 65. Plus 1 is 66. So my total is 66. And then don't forget your cent sign, 66 cents. And again, if you want to do your barbershop. Now, a quarter has 5 5s in it. So we put 5 hairs on it. So watch me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. My next one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. My next one. 1, 2. My next one. 1. And of course, a penny that does not have a 5 in it. You just count on. So let's cut our hair and count. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. 65 plus 1 is 66 cents. So my sum is 66. So you can either count if you're comfortable using this way, or you can put your hairs on it and count up. Okay? So again, today we're working with adding quarters. On this first page, I don't want you to do anything, but by yourself or with a parent, that's fine. I would like for you to complete 490, 491, 492, and your homework page. And I want to do 2 problems first with quarters. So I'm going to turn this page over, and I'm on 490. So if you want to get there, you can pause it and get there, because we'll do this page together. Okay, so 490. So I'm going to do both ways. I'm first going to do just counting it up, and then I'll put the hairs on. Okay, so I recognize this first one as a quarter. Okay, this next one is a quarter too. So 25, 50. 50 plus 10 is 60. 60 plus 10 is 70. 70 plus 5 is 75. 76. 77 cents. Okay, now I'm going to put my hair on for those who like that. So a quarter has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. Because the dime has 2 nickels in it, and the nickel, of course, is just worth 1. So let's cut the hair and count. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, and then count on. 76, 77. So this is 77 cents. Okay, and we're going to do this one. So here I recognize 2 quarters, 2 dimes, and 2 nickels. So I'm going to do my song for my quarters. 25, 50, and then a dime, I'll add a 10 to the dime. So this is 60, plus 10 is 70, plus 5 is 75, plus 5 is 80. So your sum is 80 cents. Again, I'm going to do the hairs because lots of kids at this age like to do the hair. So a quarter has how many? A quarter has 5 hairs because it's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. A dime has 2. A dime has 2. A nickel has 1. A nickel has 1. Let's count it up. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80. And 80 cents it is. And then the last one together. This is a quarter, a quarter, a quarter. So 3 quarters, a dime, a nickel, and a penny. So I'm going to go back to my song, and I know it's 25, 50, 75. 75 plus 10. Think of your hundreds chart. We're just going to add a 10 to there. So that's 85. Plus 5 is 90. Plus 1 is 91. And then again, let's put our hair on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on a quarter. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on a quarter. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on a quarter. 1, 2, and 1. Let's count it up. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, plus 1 is 91 cents. Okay, so I want you to finish those 3 pages I said, and then if your parents can give you a handful of real change, because one of the hardest parts about money is identifying them, knowing that this is what a quarter looks like, this is what a penny looks like. So usually when we walk to lunch, I'll give people handfuls of change, like when I'm teaching my money unit, and I'll have you just tell me what they are for the first week. And the next week, I'll have you count up a bunch of change. So using real coins in your hand would be a great thing to do right now. All right, so I will see you. That's it for today, and I'll definitely read another story tomorrow. I miss everyone greatly. I hope you're doing great. Bye.